Got it? See, simple was it was.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Check. So try to take the screenshot of this one, everyone. Sure. Let us try to go for the next question based on this one. So the next question. A particle is dropped from the top of a tower. A particle is dropped. A particle is dropped from the top of tower. A particle is dropped from the top of a tower. First question number A. Find the ratio of displacement. Find the ratio of displacements in successive time interval. In successive time interval. We already did the same question in the accelerated motion also. Now we are doing in the motion under gravity. Number B. Find the ratio of time. Find the ratio of time. Find the ratio of time in falling successive distance h. Distance is h. So a particle is dropped from the top of the tower. We did the same question. I hope you remembered it. In the accelerated motion, we did the same question. A particle is being right now moving on horizontal surface. But now it is in vertical condition. A particle is dropped from the top of the tower. Find the ratio of the displacement in the successive time interval and find the ratio of the time in the falling successive distance. I'll try to do the first one. The second one, you try to take it as of your homework better. So the first question right now, if I'm taking right now, a body is being dropped from the top of the tower. This is your tower. This is your ground somewhere right now. This is your tower. Okay. From here, this body is dropped. The moment I'm using dropped means initial velocity will become how much for me? 0. Initial velocity will be equal to 0. And this is the point of your reference. So I'm taking this one as of your origin. That is nothing but of your VO. Now it is been coming in the downward direction. Say somewhere it reaches to this position. That is nothing but of your A. Then it reaches to the position of B. Then it reaches to the position of your C. Then it reaches to the position of a D. Go on for the given condition. So you can take anything or divide it into your equal number of a parts and you can simplify the problem. So from O to A is one part, A to B is another part, and from B to C is nothing but of your another part of relation. Now say for example, from O to A, if it is taking T1 seconds, then from A to B, it will try to take T2 seconds. Then from B to C, it will try to take your T3 seconds. Find the ratio of the displacements in the successive distances is asking right now for me. That means from here to here, the distance is say for example H1. And this one is say for example H2. And this one is say for example H3. Okay. We need to calculate the ratio of H1 is to H2 is to your H3 part of a relation. Can anyone try to tell me? Particle is dropped from the top of a tower. Find the ratio of the displacement in successive time interval. Successive time interval means first time interval T1 is equals to T0. Second time interval is also T0. Third time interval is also T0. T1, T2, T3 are taken as of a T0 in the first case because it's trying to tell me successive time interval. What do you mean by successive time interval? If first one is T0, second time is also T0, T3 is also T0 part of relation. So for that one, you need to calculate H1, H2, and as well as of your H3 part of relation. So let us try to see this one. Go to A. So now I'm talking from your journey from your go to A part of relation. Height of this one is how much for me? H1. As it is dropped, so it is half into G into T1 square. T1 square is how much right now? T0 square. So this will be my equation number 1. Then from O to B, if I'm talking about O to B, time taken is T0 plus T0 and height will be equal to your H1 plus of your H2. So the H will be equal to H1 plus of your H2 is equals to half G into This is T naught a place of your T naught whole square. I hope you got an idea. We did this question also previously. Gurtochinda?
Yes, sir.
H1 plus H2 is equals to half G. This will become for me 2 times of T naught. 2 into 2 means it will become for me 4. That means this is 4 times of half G into T naught square I can write. This is my equation number 2. H1 plus H2 is equals to 4 times of a half. I'm keeping in terms of your H1 only, beta. So I can get the value of your H2 from this given condition. H2 value will become how much? Can anyone tell me right now, beta? H2 is
3
equals
by
to
2
H2 is
G.
equals to 4
3 by 2
minus
G.
1 into your half into G into T naught square, because H1 value is half into G into T naught square. If I take that one, that will become for me 4 minus of your 1. So this is becoming for me 3 times of your, this one is nothing but for me 3 times of your half into G into your T naught square. The same way from O to B is over. If I'm talking about from O to C, O to C means this one is H1 plus H2 plus H3. That is equals to half G into this one is a T naught plus T naught plus T naught whole square. So from this one, H1 plus H2 is known for me. H1 plus H2 is known for me. How much is H1 plus H2? 4 times of your half into G into T square. So this value I'm writing it as of your 4 into your half into G into T naught square plus H3 is equals to half G into, this one is a 3 into T naught square. That means this will become for me 3 is nothing but 9. So 9 into your half into G into your T naught square. Can I write like this? So from this one, H3 is how much? Can anyone tell me what is the value of your H3 from the given
5 by
condition?
2 G.
5
9
by 2
minus 4.
G
9
T
minus
naught
4 into
square.
half into G into T naught square. 9 minus 4 is how much for me? 5. 5 half G into T naught square. Therefore, H1 is 2, H2 is 2, H3 is also equal to how much in the vertical motion?
1 is to 3 is to 5.
1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to 9 is to, go on, I can take the relation. Isn't it? So H1 is to H2 is to H3 is equals to 1 is to 3 is to 4, 5. 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to 9 part. We got even the same answer for the body if it is moving in the horizontal part of your relations. I hope you remember this question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? So B, can you try it at your home, beta?
Yes, sir.
The ratio of
Yes,
time
sir.
interval and falling in successive distance. Successive distance means now you take in the place of H1 H0. This one also H0. This one also H0. Now time will become for me T1, T2 and T3. So we need to write, we need to calculate the ratio of T1 is to T2 is to T3. Try chestar Intigada.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I rub this? Are you writing?
Right.
Sir, B answer root 2 is to root 4 minus root 2 is to root 6 minus root 4.
1 is to root 2 minus 1 is to root 3 minus root 2 is to, go on. Second one you can do it as an homework, beta. Sure. Next question. From the top of a building, from the top of the building, 16 meter high, 16 meter high, 16 meter high, water drops are falling, water drops are falling, water drops are falling at equal intervals, at equal intervals, at equal intervals of time, such that, of time, such that when the first drop reaches the ground, such that when the first drop reaches ground, first drop reaches ground, the fifth drop just starts. The fifth drop just starts. The fifth drop just starts. Find the distance between the successive drops. Find the distance between, find the distance between successive drops at that instant. At that instant. Okay, find the distance between the successive drops at that instant. See the question, beta, everyone. From the top of a building, 16 meter high. So building is how much height? 16 meter high. Water drops are falling at regular intervals of your time. That means time interval is same. Such that when the first drop reaches the ground, the fifth drop just starts. Find the distance between successive drops at that instant, he is asking. Have you got an idea about the question? See whether you can draw the diagram or not for that one.
Yes, sir. This is a tap which is at a height of how much, beta? 16 meters
16
from
meters.
the ground. Yeah.
10t square is the distance between the drops.
Let me see. So this height of the building, from the top of a building, how much height it is? 16 meters. And tap is at a distance of your how much for me? 16 meters from this one. Now see here. When the first drop reaches the ground, fifth drop just starts. And that means at t is equal to 0, the first drop has started its motion. Now it is closed, beta. When I open the tap, first drops will come. At what time? T is equal to 0, the first drop has been started the journey. By the time the first drop reaches T0, second drop is ready to start its journey. Then by the time third drop has been starting, the first drop has been traveled how much distance? 3t naught. Like that it is reaching. So that means this, the first drop when it reaches the ground right now. This is your first drop. So the first drop when it has been reaching the ground right now for this one. So right here right now, this one is your first drop. So first drop has been traveled how much distance right now? I'm taking this one as of your reference. So this one is right now H1. So this H1 is equals to how much for me? 16 meters. So the first drop has been traveled a distance of your how much? 16 meters. Now second drop has been traveled right now. So time taken for this one. How many drops are there right now? Here is right now your fifth drop. Fifth drop is ready to start its motion right now for the given condition. That means in between fifth, somewhere here we are having your fourth drop. And somewhere here I am having your third drop. And somewhere here I am having your second drop. Isn't it? And somewhere here I am having my first drop. Clear for everyone? First drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So time taken for the first drop will be equal to how much beta? If time interval is say for example same. From here to here it is say for example T naught. From here to I'll try to write with a blue pen. Yeah. From here to here if it is T naught. Here to here also this will become T naught. Here to here also it will be your T naught. And here to here also will be T naught. That means time taken by the first drop to reach the ground will be equal to how much beta? Can anyone tell me?
4 seconds.
4t naught.
4 seconds obviously. Isn't it? So for time taken for the body to reach the ground will be equal to how much for me? 4 seconds part of relation. That means if I'm talking about your first drop right now, H1 for first drop, H1 is equals to drop is been falling. That means initial velocity will become how much for me? 0. Initial velocity will be equal to 0. So it is equals to half into G into your, say for example, T naught square. So for the first drop right now, if I'm using the relation, height will be equal to H1 into this is nothing but of your time. That is nothing but how much for me? 4 into T naught square. Height H1 is given how much for me? 16 meters. That is equals to half into G value of G into this one is nothing but how much? 16 into T naught square. The 16 gets cancelled. So 1 is equals to half into G into T naught square. This is my equation number 1. For which drop? For the first drop. Isn't it? For second drop, if I'm talking about. For second drop. Can anyone tell me what is the distance of your second drop? Here is your second drop, beta. From here to here, this one is your second drop. This is your H2. And this one is your third drop. That means from here to here, this one is nothing but of your third drop. And this one is fourth drop from here. So this will be equal to fourth drop. That is nothing but of your H4. Isn't it? So now I can calculate the value of your H2. H2 will be equal to how much better? H2 is equals to half into G into time will be equal to how much for the second drop? By the time second drop has been traveled, how much distance it has traveled? 1, 2, 3. This is nothing but 3 into T naught square. So this will become for me how much? 3 to why 2T naught? 3T naught, na? Isn't it? Second drop is right now here, na beta. That means from here to here, here to here, and here to here. It is taking 3 seconds to reach the ground. So this will become for me 9 into half into G into T naught square. Half into G into T naught square value is how much for me? 1. That means this will become for me 9 meters. Clear? For third drop. For third drop. Can you tell me what is the third drop right now? For the third drop, it is H3. H3 is equals to half into G into. Third drop has been taken how much time?
2T naught.
2T naught. 2 into T naught square. That will be equal to how much? 2 square is nothing but 4 into half into G into T naught square. Half into G into T naught square value is how much for me? 1. So that means it has been traveling a distance of 4 meters. So for fourth drop, if I'm talking about for fourth drop, can anyone tell me what is the value for the fourth drop right
T
now?
naught.
H4
T
will
naught.
be equal to how much right now for me? H4.
1
H4 is equal to half into G
1 meter.
into T naught square. That will be equal to
1
1.
meter, sir.
Isn't it? Now I need to calculate what? Separation between the first drop and second drop. So I need to calculate right now. Find the distance between successive drops is asking. Isn't it? That is separation. Separation between successive drops means each of the drop I need to calculate right now. So separation between first drop and second drop. First drop and second drop. How much it will be better? Can anyone tell me what is the answer? H1
7
minus
meters.
H2. H1 is how much?
16.
5 meters, sir.
Why 5 meters, beta?
Oh, sorry, H1.
16 minus 9, 7 meters.
Seven
H1 is
meters.
given already, no? H1 is given how much for me? 16. Minus H2 you got. H2 is nothing but 9. So that will be equal to how much for me? 7 meters. Got it? Between second drop and third drop will be
5 meters.
second and third drop. That means it will be how much? H2 minus H3. H2 is how much for me? 9. H3 is how
9
much for me?
minus 4.
This is how much? 5 meters.
5.
Then in the same way, third drop and fourth drop. That is H3
3
minus
minus 4.
H3 is how much? 4 minus 1. That
4
will be equal to
minus 1, 3 meters.
fourth drop and fifth drop. Fourth and fifth drop. That means H4 minus H5. H4 is how much? 1. H5 is
1.
not started. 0.
0.
But how much
1
will be?
meter.
1. See the ratio of this one. 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. Is it not in that ratio? So if the first drop is at a ground and the fifth drop is ready to start, then the time for which the first drop will be fallen will be equal to how much, beta? 5 minus 1 into T naught. That is nothing but 4 into T naught part of relation. So this is in the ratio of your 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. Go on for the given condition. Very good question. Already asked once in the competitive examinations, beta. Not once, regularly he will be asking such type of models. I'm doing it little bit detailedly because you're in the initial stage. But once you get addicted to doing this one, you need not write all the steps. You can do a lot of calculations in your mind itself so that you can reduce the time. Have you got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sure. I'm rubbing this one better. Take the screenshot of this one faster. Next question. Two particles begins to fall freely. Two particles begin to fall freely. Two particles begin to fall freely from the same height. From the same height. From the same height. But the second falls. But the second falls after, but the second falls T naught seconds after the first. First drop. Find the time after dropping of the first. Find the time in the bracket after the dropping of first. After the dropping of first. After dropping the first. When separation between the particles is H naught. When separation between particles is H naught. Very good question. Two particles begin to fall freely from same height. But the second one will fall T naught seconds after the first. Find the time after the dropping of the first when the separation between the particles is given as of your H naught. First try to draw the diagram, you'll get a clarity in that one. This is your first particle and this one is your second particle. So I'm writing here. This one is your first particle. And this one is your second particle. Okay. So they are falling a distance like this. And this is also falling from the same height. Okay. So two particles begins to fall freely. Begins to fall freely means right now what? Initial velocity of this one is u is equals to 0. Even for this one, initial velocity u is equals to 0 part of relation, isn't it? Now, two particles begin to fall freely and holding the particles like this at the same height. But the second particle falls at t0 seconds after the first one right now. Like say for example, this one has reached somewhere here right now and has been traveled a distance from here to here. Say for example, h1. In some time, say for example, any time part of relation. Say for example, first particle has been taking certain time to reach the value of your h1. Then after t0 seconds, but the second falls at t0 seconds after the first one has been falling. That means this ball is somewhere right now here. And it will travel a distance of your h2. Isn't it? Find the time when the separation between them is that means the distance between the first one and second one is given as of your h0. Find the time when the separation between the particles is h0. Between the first particle and second particle, the separation between them is given as of your h0. Even this particle is starting from origin, so initial velocity is equals to 0. So for the first particle, if I'm writing the equation, I'll write here itself, so we'll get the clarity for that one. So for the first particle, h1 is equals to half into g into your t square. Like say from here to here, if it is taking the t time for the taking the grid addition, it will be equal to your t square part. The same way second particle will be equal to how much for me? h2. For this one, h2 will be equal to your half into g into what will be the time beta? From here to here, it is nothing but of your t seconds I'm taking. Now here to here, it is nothing but how much for me? t0 seconds. That means the t minus of your t0 square. So this is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2. I hope you got everyone this one. Isn't it? So h1 is nothing but half g into t square. h2 is nothing but half g into time. From here to here, it is t. Then from here to here, it is right now t0. Find the time when the separation between the particles is h0. And the second one is being dropped after how much time? t0 second. That means if it is taking t seconds to reach the ground, so this will be equal to how much right now for me? h2 will be equal to half into g into your t minus of your t0 part of relation. And separation between them is given how much for me? h0. So I'll simplify right now here. h1 minus of your h2 is equals to h1 value is equals to half into g into t square minus half into g into this one is a t minus of t0 square. h1 minus h2 is given how much for me? h0. You just simplify for the given condition right now. See how much I'll be getting. What I can take common is one, but half g is nothing but of your common into this one is nothing but of your t square minus this one is a t minus of your t0 also. I hope you can do this one right now. So this one is nothing but of your h0 is equals to half into g into this one is nothing but of your t square minus this one is nothing but of your a minus of your b whole square part of relation. If I'm writing for that one, that will become for me. I'll write this completely here right now. I'll write this step directly here. So this 2 will go here right now. So this is 2 times of your h0 divided by g, isn't it? So this will become for me how much right now? You see right now. This can be written as of your t minus a square. You simplify this one. So t square is nothing but of your t plus of your t minus of your t0. T plus of your t minus of your t0. Yeah. See the calculation better. Am I doing correct or not? So it is a t minus of your t plus of your t minus of your t0 part of relation. Yeah. Into this one is nothing but of your how much for me? I can write this one as of your t minus of your t minus of your t0. T minus of t minus of t0. T minus of a minus b whole square. So it is a t plus t. So it will become for me t square plus t minus 2 t part. Yeah, fine. So that will be equal to this much. Is equals to here right now. This one is equals to. Okay. 2h0 by divided by g is equals to your t plus t minus of t0 into t minus of t0 part of relation. That means if I simplify this one, this will become for me 2h0 by g is equals to how much I'm getting, you see. So this will become for me 2t minus of t0 into t0. You can do the calculation better. Let's see it out. You can even expand this in the form of a minus b whole square and do it out. But see how much I'm getting right now. 2t minus of your t0 into your T naught part of relation. So if I bring this one out, this will become for me 2T minus of T naught, because it's asking me find the time when the separation between them is T naught. So that is nothing but of your T value we need to calculate between them. So T value is equal to your how much? Find the time when the separation between the particles is h naught. When the particle distance is h naught, time is nothing but how much for me? T. So it is a 2T minus of your T naught will be equal to, this one is nothing but how much for me? 2 into h naught divided by G into your T naught. Okay, na? So 2T, if I'm taking this on this side, so 2T is equals to your, this is 2 into h naught by G into T naught plus of your T naught part of a relation. So T will be equal to how much? So T will be equal to your T naught by your, this one is nothing but of how much? 2 plus this will become for me 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So this will become for me h by your G into your T naught. Am I getting this much of an answer? See time? T is equals to T naught by 2 plus H naught. This one is nothing but of your H naught, sorry. This one is of your H naught divided by G into your T naught. Just expand this one better. MNSB of your whole square part of relation. This I have taken here. This is coming down. So 2H naught by G is equals to T plus T minus T naught into T minus of your T naught. So if I simplify this one, this will become for me 2T minus of T naught into your T naught. So if I'm getting, I need to calculate the time value T. So I'm taking this T naught here. So it is 2T minus T naught is equals to 2 into H naught divided by G into T naught. So 2T is equals to minus T will go that side, that is plus T naught. So T is equals to T naught by 2 plus of your H naught by G into T naught. So find the time means the time when the separation between the particles is h naught is calculated by the formula T is equals to T naught by 2 plus h naught by G into your T naught. Done with everyone?
Yeah, sir.
Just cross check the calculation once better. Half G into T square minus T minus T naught whole square. Done? Done beta? Can you have this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Take some questions for homework, beta. A ball is dropped from the top of a tower. A ball is dropped from top of a tower. Dropped from top of a tower. After 2 seconds, after 2 seconds, another ball is thrown. Another ball is thrown. Another ball is thrown vertically downwards. Vertically downwards. Vertically downwards with a speed of 40 meters per second. With a speed of 40 meters per second. With the speed of 40 meters per second. First off, after how much time? After how much time? After how much time? And at what distance? And at what distance? At what distance? Below the top of tower. Below the top of tower. Below the top of tower. The balls meet. The balls meet. Exactly like previous question. Next question. In the previous problem, if the height of the tower is 80 meters, if the height of tower is 80 meters, after 2 seconds, with what velocity? With what velocity? With what velocity should the second ball? Should the second ball be thrown? Second ball be thrown so that both the balls strike the ground. So that both the balls strike the ground. Both the balls strike the ground at the same time. At the same time. Okay. So these are the two questions. You take it as a homework and apply the concept which I told you in the previous case. Okay. So ball is dropped from the top of a tower. After 2 seconds, another ball is being thrown vertically downwards with a speed of 40 meters per second. After how much time and at what distance below the top of the tower the balls will be meeting? Right, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shall I tell you the first question? So I'll tell you roughly, I'll give you an idea. So you try to do it out better. Say for example, see condition right now. I'll just draw the diagram for you. Say this is your ground. And we got a ball is being dropped. First one is being dropped. So initial velocity is how much? 0. So it will reach the ground somewhere here right now. And after 2 seconds, another ball is being thrown. Now the initial velocity of this one is not 0. But how much it is? 40 meters per second. So now it is coming somewhere here. Isn't it? Now they are meeting somewhere, he's telling right now, isn't it? After how much time and at what distance below the tower? That means this is your tower right now. Tower, the balls will meet. So say for example, this ball is somewhere here. This ball is also somewhere here. So they are meeting at a height of, say for example, h. So I need to calculate this height h means I need to calculate time taken for this one. Say for example, from here to here, if it is taking right now h, this one is also your h part of relation. For the first ball, if I'm writing the relation right now, for the first ball, what do you write the equation? H is equals to half into g into your t square. This is equation number 1 for the first ball. For the second ball, the height is nothing but same. But time is how much for me? Thrown after 2 seconds. It has been thrown after your 2 seconds. That means this will become for me your 40 into your t. T value is t minus of 2. H is equals to ut plus half into g into your. This one is a t minus of 2 whole square. Have you got this condition? Because here for the second body, initial velocity is 40, but not 0 because it is thrown. First one is dropped and second one is thrown. So when it is dropped, the first ball, this is for the first ball, this is for your second ball. This is T minus of your 2. I hope you got an idea this one. Idea Uchinda,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
isn't it? Now both of them heights are same beta. So we can equate them. So equate both the heights, will get the time. Once I get the time that you substitute in equation number 1, that will give me the height where there might be a condition of meeting. Okay, na? Try Sara.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So got an idea, na?
Got, sir.
Okay, chalo. So you can first calculate the time where they will be meeting. Once you get the time, then you can calculate this height. Get that value of time and substitute either in equation number 2. This is my equation number 2. This is for second particle. This is for first particle. This is first particle. And this is for your second particle. Okay. Then time is T minus 2. You just equate both of this one. You will get a quadratic equation. So from that one, you can calculate the value of your time. So once I get the time, then you calculate the height of that one. So I hope you can do that question. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So take these 2 questions as an homework and please try to do them and try to respond back in the group beta. Okay. Sure. I'm leaving beta now. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Let E of n equal to set of n belongs to match numbers. Consider the question. What is the question? 1 by 1 into 3 plus 1 by 3 into 5 plus 1 up to 1 by 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 into n by 2n plus 1. So have you all followed this? So what is the next step? Children, what is the next step? That's step 2.
P of
What
1.
is step 2?
P of 1.
For n equal to 1. Left side, what is it? 1 by 1 into 3. Because right side, n means 1 by 2 into 1 plus 1. 1 by 3 equal to 1 by 3. Implies P of 1 is step 3. Assume P of n is 2. So that implies 1 by 1 into 3 is 1 by 3 into 5 plus 1 up to 1 by 2m minus 1 into 2m plus 1 equal to m by 2m plus 1. Right? So now, step 4. What is step 4? Tm. What is Tm equal to 1 by 2m minus 1 into 2m plus 1. So now I should write step 5.